Getting much generated offensively, they've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Here's White on third down. And that's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. The 40, 20, 10. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. The extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. On first down, it's White. He hits Beasley right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
At the 39-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's White. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. All told, they get 13 yards on that play.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
That's taken in by the tight end, Perkins.
Complete to 10.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion. Bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the shotgun, here's White. Complete. That's Perkins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Operating from the gun. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
On second down, here's the option.
Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Well, man, open down the middle of the field. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A 32-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. We do know there's risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
1st and 10 now for the Spartans.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Spartans 28, Gators nothing.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half of this semifinal matchup. Taken in the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. White. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
That's good. 4.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. And a huge play that time. Give him 58 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. From the gun, White, and that's going to be caught. Touchdown, Florida. 1-yard touchdown reception. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
Ray for the extra.
That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage. Probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
Here's Florida now after the touchdown, back out to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. He spins free. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And this is, oh my goodness, he put it in one easier. And he will score. Touchdown, Michigan State. Zalante Jones, 65 yards. And Michigan State adds on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, Gators 7.
So after the touchdown, the Spartans back out there to kick this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
On 1st and 10, White.
takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
10 at the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun. White looking middle, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This is Ellington. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Their own 40-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought,
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will score a touchdown, Michigan State. Keon Simmons, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And this offense is running away with this one. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Scores Spartans 42, Gators 7.
Michigan State got the touchdown and now sets for the kickoff. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it will come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
White throwing on first down. And Beasley with it over the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now Ellington. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
That's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
1st and 10 at the 36.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On on 2nd and a yard. White. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40. The 20, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point attempt to come here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Spartans 49, Gators 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
10 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, White. Wide open receiver complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, White. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Back to the air on 2nd down. White. No, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Michigan State. A big play there. 75 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. What a game that he has had throwing the football. Now 4 touchdown passes. This offense playing at a very high level. Tell you what, he's going to be filling up your social media timeline tonight. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score is Spartans 56, Gators 10.
So after the touchdown, the Spartans back out there to kick this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing on 2nd and 3. White's
pass. Intended for...
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there. Tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken around the 12. Uses the spin. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. He finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Michigan State. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This is really something for a guy who's been rotated in and out of this offense. Heck, the last 2 games being his only back-to-back starts, he has come through with 5 touchdown strikes in this semifinal. And still, you got to think there's going to be talk about Tommy Matthews. So get ready for all those sports radio debates all the way until kickoff of the national championship game. Michigan State got the touchdown and now sets for the kickoff. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. From the gun, White. In trouble, and he's taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So on the strength of 5 touchdown passes from their junior quarterback, the Michigan State Spartans are moving on to play for a national championship.
You all right?
I'll be fine.
I was you last week. I know exactly what you're going through.
You didn't have to sit through this championship game, though.
No, but I did sit out our first state title game. That wasn't easy to do.
For all I know, this could be my only shot at it.
Then I guess we'll just have to do this all over again next season, huh?
Good luck out there tonight.
Thanks.
Who rained on your parade, Little Miss Sunshine?
I am not in the mood for this right now.
It's because you're not playing, I take it.
Like I haven't had a bad enough day already. Now I have to deal with you.
That dude Tommy's your brother. And brothers should always have each other's backs. And wipe that sourpuss look off your face. It's game time.
We crown a champion tonight here at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game. It's the Michigan State Spartans and the Miami Hurricanes.
You okay, son?
Yeah, Coach, I just...
Tommy. You all right, Tommy? We need some help over here. Hurry.
You got my back, right?
Of course. Always.
Then go out there and finish this thing.
One shot. That's all any of us ever really gets. Waited my whole life for one shot at being a head coach. And here I am. This is your one shot to go out there and show the world who you are. Are you the guy who's going to lead this team to victory? Or are you going to be remembered as the guy who got caught up in the moment and let it all slip away? I know you're worried about Tommy. Sure, we all are. But this is your one moment. Now get after it, son. Get some.
Just one half remains in the college football season as we begin the second half of this national championship game. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Boy, Charles, a pretty unique opportunity here for this young quarterback. We know that he's had plenty of opportunities under center, won every start, but this is different. You're coming in cold off the bench for the second half of a championship game.
You're exactly right about that because your mindset is a little bit different than when you know.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there. 51 yards. Now an update, by the way, on Tommy Matthews still in the locker room. We're not hearing much in the way of details, but we are being told that his return to this ball game, and that is caught. Touchdown, Michigan State. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And Michigan State has taken the lead. After the departure of Tommy Matthews at the half, the offense able to regroup and put the football in the end zone.
Yeah, that's something they couldn't accomplish in the first 2 quarters of this game. So finally, finding their way downfield. I think Coach Red O'Brien, he had haven't shown a preference for either quarterback. But this kid who's out there right now, one thing we know about him, he's a fighter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was just going to say that, Charles. He's a fighter, and he does have plenty of upside. We know that he can lead. You and I sitting with him this week, didn't you just see a guy who could step into any locker room and control the presence of his teammates?
Well, I just remember when we left that room, you said two things to me. I think this kid's going to be poised under pressure, and to me, he's a natural leader, and I concur with both of those statements.
On first down, it's Daniel. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
On second down, Langford. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
From the gun, here's Daniel. And that is incomplete.
Intended for number 85.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. And shutting him off now open field.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed at 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Michigan State.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And Michigan State adds on to their lead. Well, since he's coming to the game at quarterback, 2 trips into the end zone, and this offense starting to look remarkably relaxed.
I love that description because it's evident to me, and it's evident to everyone watching, and now everyone's getting the memo. He's not a backup. He's played just as much as Matthews has this season.
Yeah, that's the thing, Charles. There's the old adage of if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. Well, I think they're taking that script and throwing it right out the window because they're saying we've got 2 quarterbacks, and we like them both.
I love the way you just said that. Not in this case does the old adage hold up. I think we've got a new one. They feel like they've got 2 good quarterbacks, and the offense should respond no matter who's on the field.
Exactly.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter.
Under pressure, and down goes Daniel. Well, they brought the lead into this 3rd quarter, and now they're really stepping up, setting a tone here defensively.
They came right out roaring because you had to know that in the locker room, they talked about setting that tone that you just described, continuing the dominance that they exhibited in the first half.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
This is taken at the 18. Wiggles free. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Michigan State now with a 1st and 10.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 38.
Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will score. Touchdown, Michigan State.
Zalante Jones, 62 yards.
And
Michigan State adds on to their lead. Remember, Charles, with Tommy Matthews under center, they weren't able to get the ball into the end zone. They had a single field goal, but he exits the game at half, and this offense since then, they've been on fire. That's the third touchdown in this second half.
Yeah, I'm sorry I jumped in there on you there, partner, but you're exactly right. I was thinking the same thing you were. On fire. Third touchdown in the second half. He's taking his offense and squarely put it on his back, and he is actually carrying them, and would they believe, to the national championship podium.
Well, time will tell if they will be on that podium and hoisting that trophy. Back out there for their next offensive drive, the Hurricanes get set. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Hurricanes, of course, a three-time national champion back in the 80s, 83, 87, 89. They then added two more for good measure in 91 and 2001, but they haven't held that trophy since. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
The Miami punter out on the field as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Michigan State. Keon Simmons, 58 yards. And Michigan State adds on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
So after the touchdown, the Spartans back out there to kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Langford. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up third down.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap for Daniel. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Miami punter out on the field. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taking it about the 16. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is is over. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
10 at the 29-yard line.
Out of the gun, Daniel. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again, Daniel. That's caught by Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Daniel. His throw incomplete.
Daniel's pass intended for...
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, Daniel. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here we go on 4th. Daniel. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson.
The 4th down pass.
On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
5-yard line.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep.
Incomplete on the...
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
He finds an open man, Simpson. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Michigan State. Keon Simmons, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Daniel throwing again. Caught left side, Gilmore. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Daniel on 3rd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
That's good for another Hurricanes first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Taken down at the 14-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. This time Langford. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 8 yards out. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. If you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. So following the touchdown, here's the Miami kick team to send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use it. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Michigan State. Zalante Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been found for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 for Miami. Operating from the gun, Daniel. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard
from the gun. Daniel, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38.
Oh, we got plenty of fight, baby.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Point after it, right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right?
46-yard line.
Daniel on first down. Jackson's got it over the middle. That one good for 14 yards.
14 more yards. That's good for another Hurricanes.
Well, they changed quarterbacks at half and did not miss a beat. Here they are, your national champions. And celebration time on that sideline. It took a change at quarterback. His thoughts will turn to the condition of Tommy Matthews. But for now, jubilation as they are the national champions.
Well, Tommy's injury certainly was a setback. But the bond that these two kids have is really strong. And although only one of the Heartbreak kids was out there in the second half, Tommy's spirit was with him, and I believe...
You hear from Mr. Matthews?
The hoodie gave it away.
He's stable. But we're only allowing family to go back right now.
That's great, because he's my brother.
I'm proud of what he's accomplished this season.
I think there's only one individual on everyone's mind tonight. This one's for my brother, Tommy Matthews.
You think that's something? You should see it in person. Oh, man. That's so cool. Thanks so much for coming and bringing this.
You kidding me? I wouldn't miss this for anything. Coach and the guys did their best. They waited as long as they could, but no one knew when you might wake up, so they had to catch their flights back. I told Coach I wasn't about to split up the Heartbreak Kid, so I stayed behind, make sure you were all right.
Thanks, man. I'm just glad you're here.
But hey, they did leave you the trophy. They wanted to make sure you had it when you woke up. How you feeling, buddy?
Like a sack of crap.
It's funny, because that's exactly what I was going to say you look like.
Hey, man. Promise me one thing.
Anything.
That you'll come back next year and make it win the championship. Together.
Next year? You know I will, brother. Together.
Doc said I shouldn't overdo it.
Did she say what caused all this?
Yeah. Something about the stress from my filthy roommate leaving his dishes lying around the apartment. She said if it weren't for that, I'd be the pinnacle of health.
Please.
Hey, seriously. You gotta start cleaning up after yourself. It's ridiculous.
Really? Right now? Yeah. Is that him? He's an hour early. Coach?
Don't look too disappointed.
No. I was just suspecting Tommy. Come in. Care for a cupcake?
No, thanks.
So, you here for the party?
No, give me a minute.
Okay, Coach.
Actually, I'm here to talk to you. About next season.
Yeah, sure, talk away.
It was something you said at the start of the season earlier. It really stuck with me. It's...
Something good, I hope?
Well, it was something you said about treat your men like your beloved sons, and they'll follow you into the deepest valley. And that really got me. It got me thinking about the way I treat you boys, and I wasn't being fair to you, and Tommy for that matter, or the team.
Wow, Coach, I really appreciate that.
All that being said, I wanted to go into the off-season with everyone on the same page. I figured the best way that we could do that would be to announce a starter. Tommy's gonna be our starter.
But how could you possibly make that decision after the title game? Is Tommy even gonna be able to play?
Yeah, I spoke with his doctor. Valve replacement surgery was great. He's gonna be right as rain.
I just don't understand.
I know this is hard for you. It's hard for you to process, and I hope you believe me when I say that I take no joy in making this decision, but I stand firmly behind it because, frankly, Tommy's a better fit for the offense.
Well, what does this mean for me?
Well, it means that you are at a monumental crossroads in your life, and you've got two choices. You can enter the draft, and based on what you did last year, I'd say you'd be lucky to get picked in the third round. But realistically, you're looking at a late-round selection, if at all.
Jeez, don't sugarcoat it for me.
Well, I'm trying to be open and honest with you from this moment forward. I'm giving it to you as I would my own beloved son.
And my other choice?
Well, the way I see it, you got too much raw athleticism to waste sitting on the bench. Your talent is a true gift. And it's one that I'm going to give you the opportunity to show it to the world.
And how's that?
You get to pick a new position on offense and get your Heartbreak Kids thing going back again.
Heartbreak Kids. Well, Tommy's already tried recruiting me to come back so we can win the title together.
Does that mean you're in?
Plus, he did switch positions once, and you see how well that worked out for him. I guess I can try it too.
The Heartbreak Kids are back, baby.
Was he eavesdropping?
Always.
I'm not sure what's more strange, that interaction or the general cleanliness of this apartment.
Cupcake?
It wasn't an easy decision at the time, but I don't regret it for a second. Of course, everyone's first thought was, where am I going to play? It felt good, telling everyone I was sticking around and Tommy and I were going to play together. The next question was, did it actually work out?
Pretty drastic turn of events for Coach O'Brien's program. I mean, the defensive pantry has been pretty much left dry with most of that elite unit having bolted for the NFL. But today, Coach O'Brien revealed a new strategy, and I think it's kind of brilliant. Get both heartbreak kids on the field at the same time. I mean, it's really a brilliant move. Here's the deal. You got to get all of your talented players on the field at once, certainly if they're going to rely on the offense for a change to be the strength of this team if they're planning on making another run at it.
All right, Dan, show me what you got. Let's go. Not bad. We may have something here.
Gotta say, I was surprised with the way you guys played that season, and especially considering you switched positions. Plus, Coach O'Brien really came into his own, leading you guys to the verge of the playoff.
Well, no doubt the best college game this Saturday is here in Miami Gardens, Florida. The place, Hard Rock Stadium, as two of the top 5 teams in the nation will